Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everyone. Good morning. It's good to see everyone. If you're getting up early like me, I'm telling you, everybody, we got to start getting up a little earlier. It's 5:42 right now in the morning in New York City. Okay. And I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Look, I got up earlier, maybe around 3:30, 4 o'clock. Okay. I usually get up at 4:44 a.m. Clock it. Okay. So, good morning, everyone. Everybody's getting up, getting their coffee and everything like that going. I just had me some green tea. If you don't drink coffee, try some green tea, but don't try too much. I'm telling you, it's going to give you a lot of energy and cleanse you at the same time. I love drinking green tea, matcha. Okay. So, good morning to all my people out there. Come on in. Don't be shy. Okay. I know some of y'all just rolled out of bed like me. Okay. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Okay. Yeah. We're just getting up this morning. I don't know, man. Where y'all tuning in from? Where you at? Put it down in the chat. Let me know where you tuning in from. I'm over here in New York City. Okay? You'd be surprised how quiet it is this early in the morning. we usually have a lot of noise, but the weather has to be nice, or it's a seasonal thing, often a money thing. New York City. Okay? It's early, but we are up. Okay? So grab your coffee, your tea, your water, or your cucumber water. whatever your morning thing is, get it going. Sometimes I like to have me like a nice shake. I'll make like a protein shake. I'll put a little bit of coffee with a little bit of protein powder, right? And then 1 scoop of ice cream. Perfect. Now, if you having a little bit of fun and it's the afternoon, switch that drink up. You put the protein powder, right? You put the coffee, right? The ice cream. You know what you add? 1 shot of tequila. And I'm telling you, you make yourself a little a little nice little drink. Or I'm telling you, you want to get your energy up in the morning and sometimes around lunch, okay? Because we all can't order no shots to the job, can we? Except for BBQs. Anyway, where y'all tuning in from? Okay, I really like to know. What's going on out there? How's the weather? Over here it's chilly, it's cold. Like I went out there with just a hoodie on and one of these little tank, and well, not just that. Of course, I wore pants and everything else. But basically, I was out there. I just took myself a nice brisk walk. Yes, brisk. Once you hear that word, that should tell you how it feels, like an ocean breeze. I know you people in the warm areas, y'all don't even feel it. Only time you feel chill is when you by the beach. Well, that's how it's feeling right now. It's very chilly. Okay? So this was like the temperature is right now, the weather is right now. This is like winter in those little warm areas. This is like the most they'll ever get. Okay. So, how did you sleep? you know, was the sleep good? Think about it. Or was it one of those nights where you just was up? Let me tell you, I didn't sleep too good tonight. I had so many things on my mind, so many things to think about. Like, I didn't sleep too well. I hope people slept well tonight, just try to stay positive. But it's like sometimes I can't help it. You know, like you go to sleep, you're supposed to be just dreaming about some gentle, soft dreams, soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur and all that, right? No. I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, just imagine you're sleeping, but in your sleep, you're like in your little office. I know that happens to people. You go to sleep and you're working in your sleep. You're filing paperwork in your sleep. You're doing like this. And you're like, hello? Hello? You're sleeping. You're sleeping. You're probably like, hello? No, it's all right. Telling you, this moment's away from sleepwalking. You know, you're trying to be you, but that's the thing. When you're so motivated, right? When you're so motivated to complete a goal, sometimes you'll be trying to complete the goal in your head, like you're like doing the puzzle and the math in your head, like moving things around while you sleep, because you already see yourself doing it. So I just hope people having good dreams, positive dreams, even if it's like chaotic. I hope it's positive chaotic. You know? Okay? So who woke up motivated today? You know, it's good to be motivated. But then who woke up like, yeah, not today. Okay? You know, we gotta get out there and see those people on the subway. We got to get into the traffic. It's going to take a little while. Let me tell you something. If you didn't wake up motivated today, it's not too late to change that. Okay? You got to start listening to some motivational speeches or play you some motivational music. Okay? Some people, they wake up in the morning, you know, I don't know, some people religious, they listen to their religious music, you know. Different religions, they have different types of music. It's all motivational. That's a good way to start, listening to some positive thinking, something that could give you some hope in your day, to tell you that it can turn around. And then if you don't want to do that, then listen to some good music that hypes you up. Hey, I'm not judging anybody. If what you want to listen to is like some rap music or something like that, where they talking about, you know, the bartender, whatever's your vibe, whatever you want to hear, just, you know, vibe out. Me, I like to listen to, you know, songs like I have a playlist with affirmations and songs that just give you like affirmations, you know, and meditation. And then if you don't want to listen to that, listen to like some comedy. A lot of people, they don't want to listen to a motivational coach. They don't want to hear no speech about somebody who got it up out the mud. They just want to hear somebody like Eddie Murphy telling a few jokes early in the morning. Whatever you gotta do to get you laughing, because sometimes these programs, they are in so much control, they don't give you a chance to actually feel something. You know, we have these commercial breaks on these radio stations and podcasts and stuff like that, but it's not really that much humor in it, because they're trying to balance it out to give everybody what they need. But if we already know what we want, put yourself on, go on XM Radio and put that comedy playlist on, and start laughing and have yourself some good humor in the day. Because we leave from our homes and then go around other people. Like sometimes there's not much going on where you're at home or at work, you know, but you could create like a dynamic where you can have all of that. You know, a place where you can speak and you can laugh and you can think about all your dreams. You can make that space in your life. Okay? So we have to start doing that, because I'm telling you, I never wake up on the wrong side of the bed. That's for sure. Okay? Because if I was feeling like that, I think I would have to go right back to sleep. I would. Okay? You know, I feel like mornings really tell you where your mind is at. They do. It tells you where your mind is at. Like you can't take it in the morning. You can't take it like, you know, you can't just like act like nothing is going on and everything is fine. And you just like, oh, hi guys, hi. No, you can't really do that. You can't just take it in and act like it's just a happy morning like we're on Sesame Street. The reality is, some days it's not perfect. You're going to be like, you don't want to get up. You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want to see these people. You're about to, oh, wow. Guess what? Oh, that's what happened last week? Yeah, it's like that. But fake it till you make it, as they say. Okay? Smile. Smile for the camera. Everywhere you go, there'll be a camera there. All right? Some of us we wake up thinking about all these bills. These bills. My goodness, it's always so many bills. You know, and some of us, we just thinking about love. Anybody in love? Waking up feeling a little extra happy today? But some of us are just trying to survive the day. Okay? You'll see them out there. They're just trying to survive. Man. You know, like, it's one thing to look down, like, you want to look down on somebody, but man, they don't have to see that. They don't have to see that, you know. Let's remember to start this day with a little bit of kindness for people that's just trying to survive today. Because it's hard and nobody's perfect. We're going to be, I don't know what city you're in because, you know, I'm over here in New York City, so this is how I'll describe it. We're going to be bumping into each other. We're going to be knocking into each other. Somebody's going to drop their apple or banana or something like that. Show a little kindness today. It'll be a good influence and show people like, hey, there's still a little kindness in the world. And maybe they, you know, it's a trickle down effect. You smile at somebody, they smile back, right? You do good deeds and good deeds come back to you, all right? Karma is energy. So when you're out in this world, no matter how cold it can be, and I tell you, we're in New York City to the point we smile, but we got our peripheral, like we paying attention. We're not really playing any games. We could smile though. We could laugh. We could, you know, play. But even kids, when they play, we watching everything going on. Keep that in mind. All right? But, you know, you got to have a little space to have a little fun. All right? You know, people just trying to survive, and it's like you don't give them that space. You don't know what they went through all night. You probably see them sitting around somewhere because you're not with them 24/7. So maybe they didn't just sit there all day. You know? See, a lot of people, they'll be picking at people like, look at him. He just sits there all day long. Maybe he didn't sit there all day long. You know, maybe when you see him, he just got through walking all over the neighborhood while we slept. And now he's sitting, okay? Give people a chance. You know, people don't get a lot of chances in life. The opportunities that a lot of us have, a lot of the opportunities that we have, a lot of people don't have those opportunities. So when you have opportunities, you should never, ever look down on the next person because you never know. One day that could be you. And you can say, oh, no, that would never happen to me. But that's not the point. That's not the point. It's about having compassion. And it really says something about your character if you find humor in others' pain. Okay? So we're going to try to be good people out here. Okay? We're going to have to be considerate. And remember, we don't know what one person is going through or the other. We don't know if they just came from a funeral yesterday or they lost their dog last night or maybe they lost $1,000. Maybe they just dropped a wallet with $500 in it and that was their rent money. And then here you come bumping into them talking about, yeah, you could at least say excuse me or something like that. And then all hell breaks loose. So remember, show a little kindness because you don't know what people are going through. And you don't know what they've been through to get where they at right now. And you don't know how hard they're willing to fight for that right. You know? Sometimes people will do anything for freedom. And you know, that's often because they done been through something where their freedom was really taken away so strongly that they will do anything to keep that freedom. Anything. Including losing their freedom. I know it's a conundrum, but people will do anything to survive. Okay? So people that's out there trying to survive, more power to you. Keep going. All right? Keep going. Keep the wheels turning too. All right? Some of us is going to bed and some of us is getting up right now as the morning is reaching. I'll tell you. At my age, okay, I'm not chasing everything anymore. I'll tell you that right now. I stopped chasing things. After a while, you get tired. You run around in circles. I'm in my 40s right now. I'm seriously not chasing anything, anyone, any friendship, any bonds, any relationship at all. And that's how you have to start thinking about it. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot be getting gray hairs out here. If you're in your 30s and your 40s or whatever, I'm telling you, people will be trying to stress you out. Matter of fact, if you listen to a few other stories, you'll feel something. Somebody be like, "Let me tell you what happened yesterday." You'll feel everything that happened yesterday. Trust and believe. You don't want to feel it. You don't want to feel it. Keep your body and your spirit and your aura cleansed. Okay? I'm choosing peace over chaos, and that's what I want you guys to do. We're choosing peace over chaos all day, every day. Okay? You know? I'm telling you, because it took time to learn that. It took a lot of time to learn to have peace over chaos. Because sometimes we want to see what will happen. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like, I don't want to tell you because I know you try and keep your peace. And you're like, tell me what happened. It's a trap, man. You got to always remember your triggers, Let me ask you guys a question. Do y'all believe in real love still? Do you believe in that? Do you think real love still exists? I'm trying to wonder. I don't know what's going on. Like the way I see people are that, like, you know what I'm saying? They're like thinking of it like they're a thermometer. These men think they're thermometers. That's what they calling themselves. We already know that one dude, he likes to say, he says he has the meter or something, whatever. I don't know. It's a blue clue you'll never figure out. But, is there any real love, or are people just like testing a lot of water, splashing about? Because if you really care about somebody, you would want to see them succeed. And I'm seeing a lot of these relationships where it's really a surface level bond. Like you're actually just linking up for intimacy. Okay? Like do y'all even like each other? Do you know? Do you know her favorite color? What she likes to do? Have you pampered her? Do you do things like that? You know what I'm saying? I was once in a relationship with a guy, and he was so dedicated to me, his girl. Let me tell you, he used to do all kinds of things for me. He carried my purse, he carried my bags, he carried me. He brushed my hair, wrapped my hair, brushed my teeth, anything. Wash me, bathe me, dress me, put me in my pajamas, feed me, everything. Every little thing. Whenever I needed help. We'd be out partying or something like that. We're young. We'd be out partying, whatever. We come back and he'll do all of that, take care of me. I wake up with my hair wrapped, hair pins, everything. My stuff on the nightstand, my clothes clean, and my pajamas with my belly full. That's love. That is love. When if you're in a relationship with somebody, do you make the lunch, or is he like going out to Chipotle for lunch? Is that your man? Like, let me tell you what I like to do. When I'm in a relationship with a guy and he's going to work in the morning, let me let you know something. I'm making him breakfast and lunch immediately. I'm gonna make him some like, what kind you want? You want the kind that you want? You with your spoon, or you want some finger things? Cause hello, oh man, I make all types of chicken wraps and egg wraps and tacos, you know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. I make all kinds of stuff, little tiny pancakes or something like that with little round pieces of steak, you know, with little round egg balls. You know, you got to be creative. Depends. Is he driving? You know, can he pick up a fork? You know, like, do you really care? And then make him a nice lunch, of course. Don't forget the lunch. You got to make the lunch too. I'm telling you, like, if you care about somebody, do you send flowers to the job, or do you pick your girl up from the job or the station or whatever? You know, there's people out there, they working really far. They might live in New York City or they might not, but they be riding that Metro North, Long Island Railroad, get off and take this, take that. Oh my goodness. And just to come home and sleep. Hey, how was your day? My day was fine. How was your day? Y'all got to start doing some more for your relationships. You know? Are we in this, like, protect your peace era or something? Like, nobody really wants to pursue a relationship anyway. When they, like, it's like, it sounds like too much to care about somebody. You know, remember, you're going to get the same care back. Well, when you find the right person, you'll get the same care back. I've learned that not everybody who says they love you knows how to love you the right way. You know, I had a friend tell me this morning, "Oh, I love you. I love you. We're like family. I love you. You're my friend." And I'm like, I want to understand that, you know, because if it was real, then it would be genuine. And when I say genuine, that means that they would actually hear me, they would understand me, they will change things about themselves, you know, that's not healthy, that's bothering me. They would change those type of things. They would work on being a better person. You know, when you love someone, you care about them and you care about their opinion. But when you think you love somebody, it's, or whatever that is, I think it's just like obsession or something. Because when you think that you love somebody and you don't actually love them, it's like you just going around in circles and circles and expecting them to actually believe it. But how could they believe it when you don't even show any type of qualities of care or love? You know, a lot of people will try to show like that they care about you by giving you what you want. That's not cool. When someone really cares about you, they won't give you what you want. Okay? They will give you what you need. That's what we need to remember. Okay? I'll tell you because, you know, my parents always told me, even when I was young, there's a lot of things that you're going to see that you want. A lot. But there are needs and there are wants. And though, you know, you may want a pony, though you may want a new bike, you need to eat. You need a roof over your head, right? You need certain things, okay? So we always have to remember there's a difference between needs and wants. So for this day, take this with you guys. When you're going out into this world and you're shopping and you're spending your money, before you purchase the item, before you buy the food, think hard. Do you need this or do you just want it? Okay? Because that way you'll start to be a little more aware and say, I don't care if you have to register. They're going to have to suck it up. All right? You know, I was at the register this morning in the market buying some stuff, and I had the bread and the meat and the cheese, right? And I put it on the counter and I was about to pay for it, right? And I thought about it. because the people were being so rude to me, I thought about it. I had a chance. I took that time to think. They'll like to give you confusion so you don't have time to think. When it's like that, sometimes you just gotta back up. Okay? These are tactics on how to get your money out of your pocket. Okay? Just like when they follow you around the store, make you feel like, let me prove a point, spend $1,000. They want you to do that. Anyway, so you're at the register. You're trying to decide, whoa, do I need this or do I want it? Okay? With all the confusion going on, think about it. Is this something I need? When you come to realize you don't need it, that's it. Then you shouldn't want it because you don't need it. Stop wanting things you don't need. I have a lot of things that I wanted and I don't need. It's just thingamabob. You know what I'm saying? I got gadgets and gizmos aplenty, okay? Like the Little Mermaid. But there's a difference between wants and needs. And once you make sure you know the difference, it'll change your life, You'll start spending your money more wisely, because we have to be mindful when we spend our money. They don't like that. Why they like the bright colors and the lights and the do-do-do-do-do-do. Put that fast music on. Hurry up, buy something. It's all a trap. So just keep that in mind. In New York City, it's the worst. They really try to reel you in. They'll ask you to help them. Can you come? Man, it's all a scam. All right. So now let's just start talking about family. Because that's a whole different kind of love right there. Family can be your biggest support or your biggest stress. Depends on the type of family you have, okay? Any of y'all close with your family, or do y'all keep y'all distance? I see a lot of young people is they're on a new thing. Back in my days, we thought we had to go this place and that place Saturday and Sunday. Every day you gotta go see your grandma, you gotta go see your auntie, you gotta go see your cousins, you gotta go everywhere. You got to make sure everybody know each other, all of that, right? Nowadays, the youth is you know what? I don't like none of this. I don't like none of the people. I'm good. I'm not trying to be judged, And did you see how she was side-eyeing you? Why these kids don't speak to these kids? Why they don't speak to me? Oh, that's because such and such had a problem with such and such, so now their kids don't speak to each other. It's what the hell is going on? It depends on what type of family you have. But if you have a good family, then cherish it, okay? Cherish it. That's another thing that motivates you. Call your mom. Say some good words. Say some positivity. She probably love to hear you call. Depends if she's up this early. Some of us get up really early in the morning. But a good conversation in the afternoon is even nice. You got sometimes, I don't know who it is in your family or your life, your mom, your auntie, your uncle, your niece, your nephew. Sometimes we have to reach out and call people. I know it's weird because people don't use phones like that anymore. And you I saw you on Facebook. No, call them and say, I was thinking about you. Let them know I was thinking about you. How you doing? Genuinely. Whatever happened to that? That's why there's a little less love in this world. We got to put a little more love into this world. That sounds like a song. Put a little love in your heart. Listen, let me tell you. All right? If y'all close with y'all family, enjoy it. But if you're distant with your family, enjoy that too. Good for you. You got away. That was close. Could have been anybody, but you survived, A lot of people won't understand when you distance yourself from people, but it's okay to protect your peace. A lot of times your family will act like they own you, like you belong to them because they made you, or because generations and generations is why you're here. You're here because you're great this, that, and the third, and so you must stand here and be judged by this person and that person. No, you are your own person, right? And you got to move on your own recognizance. I'm telling you, you can do whatever. I'm telling you, like, you can't be like tied down to someone else's ideologies, like their way of life, the way they think. You have to have your own mind, your own thoughts. And sometimes we could get so mixed up with family control and relationships with other people. Like the dynamics could be so, like, you'll be absorbing like that energy, you know? So good for you if you got away from something that was actually bothering you, because clarity is more important, because like if anybody really cared about you, they would understand and respect your silence and your peace. Right? So just remember, sometimes being strong, sometimes being strong can get tiring. But you don't even realize it until you sit down and take a deep breath. Gotta learn boundaries, even with the people you love. Okay? Gotta have boundaries. Meet people where they are. Okay? If they have boundaries, respect their boundaries and meet them where they are. And slowly but surely, you build up to something. Okay? So let's talk goals. All right? Let me tell you, not the fake social media goals. All right? Real life goals. In life. Not, I need to get subscribers, or, I gotta finish binge watching Power. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, not those type of goals. Look, at this point in life, my goals are very simple. My goals is peace, stability, and happiness, right? Okay? And doing what I love. All right? Because we have to also express ourselves and enjoy life. Okay? So, what are you guys working on right now? Anybody have any projects going on? Are you knitting something amazing? Are you an artist or a designer? Creating something big? Just something to think about. Like, where is the artist out here? Okay? Now, because it's like you got to have an outlet. You can't just be working and not working on your goals just a little bit. You could lose the passion for something when you just cold turkey. Don't do that. Keep painting, keep drawing, keep gaining. Maybe not as much as you used to, but it's still in you. You know what I'm saying? All right? So let's try to be real. Okay? It's not about what sounds good. All right? It's about what you actually want. All right? And you don't have to have everything figured out. All right? Just don't stay stuck. Don't stay stuck. When we're at a point where we're stuck, we figure it out and we get unstuck, okay? Because we're going to always be trying to figure it out, okay? But we don't remain stuck, all right? So let me tell you, it's small steps, right? Small steps. Showing up counts, all right? So let's lighten it up a little bit. Ooh. Good stretch. Tell me something, If anything funny happened to you recently, I'd love to hear about that. Something funny. I'll tell you some funny things that happened to me. Funny things happen to me all the time. Okay? Like, Let's see. I was in the laundromat, right? And I was taking my stuff out the dryer. And when I turned around, dryer's right here, table right here. So I put my stuff in the basket and on the table. Now this guy, he came from all the way, like 4 or 5 washers down the way, to tell me that the table that I put my clothes on was his table. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, huh? And I'm like, put the stuff on the table, like, he was like, but I just cleaned it. And I'm like, and I look up, it's this little brown wet tissue or whatever, and it's sitting all the way up top. He's like, I just cleaned it. And I'm like, now I had to sit there and think, what to do now? Am I going to just take all my clothes off of this table? Mind you, there's like 50 other tables. Apparently, he just cleaned that one. And I'm like, am I going to take all my stuff off of this table because this man claiming that he cleaned the table when I'm surrounded by tables? I was like, look, I can't deal with this right now. I just left everything right there and went on to deal with the rest of the laundry. Like, man, like, come on, because I'm not going through it. Then when I finally finished doing whatever I was doing, then I went back and I cleaned the next table over and then just put myself over there because I'm like, what the hell? But then, of course, he moved too. I don't know. People be thinking like everything's supposed to be going their way. I found that kind of funny because there was a lady with him, and if she's supposed to be helping him, what are you doing? Because really, you just let him come. And I had to keep turning around too. I swear, I had to keep turning like to the side because it's like, like, what are you trying to look at, sir? Man, it's crazy. Well, I know a lot of people ain't in here this early, but when you do get in, I hope you enjoy the live, okay? You know? So drop a heart in the comments if you relate to anything that I posted in this live right now, okay? And stay lit, people. Stay true. All right? We've been on here for a minute now, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for starting your morning with me. Take care of yourself, people, mentally, physically, and emotionally. All right? Whatever you're going through, you got this. You really got it. All right? Just don't give up on yourself. All right? Catch you at the same time tomorrow. Okay? Stay lit, people. Have a good morning, New York. Bye.